Welcome to Iraqi Dinar Update, your go-to source for the latest news, expert insights, and real-time developments on Iraq's currency, economy, and financial reforms. Whether you're a long-time investor or just curious about the dinar, you're in the right place. In the intricate landscape of global finance, where discretion, legal caution, and mutual respect are paramount, the path to meaningful collaboration with powerful institutions is rarely straightforward. This becomes especially clear when you begin interacting with individuals and entities whose roles intersect with complex financial products, high-value trusts, foundations, and compliance-sensitive banking mechanisms. In one such instance, a conversation unfolded over several weeks that reveals the nuanced reality behind building bridges with some of the world's most influential financial actors. The story begins with a meeting, described as the fourth conversation, with a group or institution that offers an impressively wide array of services: tax planning, trusts and foundations setup, legal services, tax optimization strategies, trust brokering, and investment brokering. All of these capabilities exist under one coordinated umbrella. This alone signaled the seriousness and comprehensiveness of the firm's offerings. Unlike typical retail-level interactions with banks or brokers, this engagement was carried out with intentional patience. There was no aggressive sales pitch or persistent follow-up. Instead, the approach was to let the process unfold naturally. There was wisdom in waiting. And that wisdom was soon validated. After a couple of weeks, an unexpected email arrived. It was from a managing director, a high-ranking official, within a major financial institution. Not just any institution, but one of the most systemically significant players in global finance, BNY, also known as the Bank of New York Mellon. To fully grasp the magnitude of this interaction, it is essential to understand BNY Mellon's stature. They are not only one of the oldest banks in America, but also a critical cog in the global financial infrastructure. They serve as the correspondent bank for the United States Treasury, a role that entails managing, settling, and facilitating international transactions for the U.S. government. This alone speaks volumes about their trustworthiness, capacity, and operational scale. They have more than $54 trillion in assets under custody and administration. That figure, $54 trillion, puts them among the largest financial custodians on Earth. Engaging with someone in a leadership role at such an institution requires not just financial acumen, but also social intelligence, emotional maturity, and legal awareness. But here's where the caution flag must be waved. When interacting with such professionals or institutions, the approach you take is absolutely critical. One must not come into these interactions with the mindset of an internet forum warrior or speculative investor throwing around jargon. It was explicitly stated, do not walk into a conversation with someone like this and say, "I know what's happening with the dinar," or "the dong is about to revalue." That kind of talk, commonly referred to as RV talk or guru speak, is legally dangerous for professionals to even entertain. Saying things like that may sound harmless to someone deep in online currency speculation circles, but in the world of regulated finance, it is another story entirely. Making such statements, or even appearing to endorse or believe in them, could potentially place licensed professionals in legal jeopardy. Why? Because regulated financial institutions are governed by strict compliance protocols and laws that forbid them from participating in, or even acknowledging, unverified financial forecasts, especially those involving speculative currencies or sovereign monetary events. This isn't just about protecting the institution or the banker, it's about protecting you, the client or investor. When you approach powerful financial entities, you are under an unspoken spotlight. Your manner, language, intent, and emotional tone are all being evaluated. If you enter that space with arrogance or a conspiratorial tone, your credibility instantly erodes. But if you come with humility, transparency, and a willingness to listen and learn, you create an entirely different dynamic. Humility is more than a social virtue in this context. It is a strategic necessity. By being humble, you position yourself as someone who is not trying to manipulate the system, but rather someone seeking to learn how to move responsibly and legally within it. Moreover, it's important to understand that many of these professionals are sincerely trying to help their clients. Despite working within large institutions that manage trillions, they are often personally committed to guiding individuals to sound outcomes, provided those individuals are cooperative and respectful. This isn't about blind admiration or placing bankers on a pedestal. It's about recognizing the legal and operational realities they must live under and aligning your behavior accordingly. You cannot expect them to break laws or bend protocols just because you are passionate or excited about a speculative financial outcome. In fact, the more fervent and conspiratorial you sound, the more likely they are to back away entirely. So what should one do instead? Approach the conversation as you would a diplomatic mission. Acknowledge the institution's expertise. Ask thoughtful questions. Demonstrate that you're open to guidance and serious about compliance. Present yourself not as a guru, but as someone eager to build a long-term relationship based on mutual trust and legal transparency. If you have questions about foreign currency, trusts, or alternative investments, frame them in a way that invites their expertise rather than challenges it. Avoid making statements that sound like prophesies. Stick to verified facts and regulated terminology. And above all else, avoid the language of the RV community when talking to financial professionals. What feels empowering or exciting in a Telegram group can be utterly destructive in a boardroom or a compliance audit. Finally, remember that some doors only open once, and only to those who know how to knock. This story is a case study in the power of patience, the importance of professional etiquette, and the danger of letting online lingo leak into real-world financial conversations. The moment you step into the realm of serious banking and investment management, the rules change. You must change with them. Those who succeed in this environment aren't necessarily the loudest or the most informed according to social media. They are the ones who know how to show humility, follow protocols, and speak the language of trust. So for anyone navigating this space, especially those interested in speculative assets like the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong, heed this guidance well. The people on the other side of the table may be your greatest allies, but only if you respect the world they operate in. Do not sabotage your future by dragging in conspiracy or overconfidence. Be humble, be wise, and above all, be lawful. Because in the realm of high finance, that's not just a recommendation, it's a requirement. Thanks for tuning into Iraqi Dinar Update. If you found this content helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat on Iraq's evolving financial landscape. Stay informed and stay ready.